Welcome to another episode of Discover St. Cloud, Florida. I'm Kristin Macari, and I'm here with your host,
Jeanine Corcoran, broker for Corcoran Connect, a real estate company.
And I can't believe how fast. I feel like January went fast, but everybody else says it went slow.
Oh, definitely fast.
Definitely fast. So I can't believe it's time already for the first market report of 2024. So do you want to kick us off with what happened in 34769 in January 2024?
Absolutely. So we had 15 properties that sold. 13 of them were single stories at $248.58 price per square foot. 2 were 2 stories at $140.94 price per square foot, making an average of $234.23.
That's awesome. And so that brings your month over month averages up 3.2% from January of 2023. And year over year, you're up over 4% from January of 2023. So never mind. December of 2023 for month over month, January 2023 for year over year. For your median days to contract, it took about 21 days to get under contract. So 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And then 63 days to close. So you're almost at the 2-month mark. So if you're looking, to be out by summer, and you're in the 34769 zip code, you're going to want to list, April. At the latest.
Absolutely.
To get out. So at the current active properties on the market, there's about 59 active homes. And then if you take that by the number of properties sold, we have about a 3.9 month supply.
That's still low.
Yeah, still low, but I think we're hitting that healthier level there. So that was 34769.
At 34771, which usually is the busiest zip code, we have 55 properties that sold. 27 of them were single stories at $258.59 price per square foot, and then 28 2 stories. So it was about even. And the 2 stories sold at $191.66 price per square foot, giving an average of $225.13.
And that is down a little bit. It was about 3.5% down from December of 2023. But year over year, it's still up 2.6% year over year for January of 2023. And then compared to January 2024. For the median days to contract, and again, and we like to call this out in the 34771 zip code because it's the one that has a lot of new builds.
A lot of stuff going on.
We don't include new builds in this number just because they can skew the data quite a bit when they're entered. And so your days to contract is about 44 days. Oh, wow. So that's what, a month and a half, 6 weeks or so to get under contract, and then 77 days to close. So a little over 2 months to get closed. So something to keep in mind for the folks in 34771. And there's actually not a lot listed on the market, but we have to remember that it also doesn't include all new builds available. Which is a lot of new builds. A lot of new builds. So right now for your resale properties, you have about a 1 month supply and 34771. So I think that's just, skewing the numbers because of how many sales we had versus what's actually listed. So, but 34771 still looking good.
34772 includes Back by the Manor. We had 30 properties that sold. 17 of them were single stories at $216.37 price per square foot. 2 stories, 13 of them sold at $188.25, making the average $204.19.
So in 34772, that actually brings your month over month averages. It's down about 6% from December of 2023 compared to January of 2024. We're down a little bit there at 6%. So in December, it was $217.61 a square foot. Now it's $204.19. Year over year, it's down about 6.7%. So we were at $218.99 in January of 2023 compared to the $204.19 now. And right now, it's actually taking about 64 days to go under contract, which is, just a little over 2 months, and 91 days to close. So 2 months to get under contract, 3 months to get closed and moved on. And with the current active properties, there's actually 159 listed in the MLS right now.
Oh, wow.
So with the 30 that we had sold this month, you're looking at about a 5.3 month supply.
Getting more healthier.
Yep. All right. And then that takes us out to the sleepy zip code of 34773.
Now, these are just single family homes. So we had 8 that sold, and it's split right down the middle. 4 single stories versus 4 2 stories. The single stories came in at $209.30 price per square foot, and the 2 stories came in at $183.03, making the average $196.16.
So in Harmony, that makes it, we actually had a 5.5% decrease from month over month. So compared to December of 2023, we're, down about 5.5%. And year over year, it's showing an 11 0.3% decrease. But again, I think that's because like it's such a small sample size. There's always so few. The data swings rapidly. I think we'd have to look at a bigger pool, a bigger date range or something like that in order to kind of discern some, trends there. But your current median days to contract for the houses that closed, and again, excluding new builds, which quite a few of these were, you're looking at about 14 days to contract and 53 days to close. But if you actually look at what's currently on the market in Harmony, you're looking at a median days on market of 61. So like it's not the ones
like it's taking longer than that.
It does feel like that. I mean, that's the median number. That's the one that's like falls right in the middle of the data set. So obviously your highest one is 297 and your lowest one right now is 3 days on the market. So like, it just depends on how, where it falls in the, your average is actually 88. So maybe this would be a good time to use the average days on market for homes in Harmony.
That's about what I've been saying, 90 days before you get a contract.
Yeah. So again, the three that happened to sell that fell within that criteria of being a single family home, of being a resale, they all sold relatively quickly. I'm sure we could speak to the one, like the one you had. It was a single story on a pond with a fence. Yeah. It was, it was a great house. Of course it was going to fly. Yeah. So those numbers are, again, it's such a small sample size that it's hard to really identify trends on that. And then with the current 68 homes on the market, divided by the number of houses sold, you're actually looking at an 8.5 month supply.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, definitely more houses on the market than there are, buyers. You're kind of, tipping the scales in terms of you're going from healthy to, switching more towards, a little bit of a buyer's market.
Yeah, definitely.
Out in the 34773 zip code.
Well, let's go on to vacant land for St. Cloud. We had 17 properties that sold, and it looks like the biggest one was 159.54 acres.
Yes.
And that was over on Hollapore Groves Road. Yeah.
So
something big is happening there, and all the deals were cash.
Yes. And there's actually, if you look, there's actually quite a few additional parcels that sold on Hollapole Groves Road. So I wonder if they happen to be, just owned by different people. And so the same person is purchasing them up. So it looks like close to 160 acres out there at Hollapole Groves Road. I'll be curious to see, kind of what gets filed out there and what we can expect to come.
More traffic.
Hey, we need those houses to move in 34773. All right. And so then do you want to give us what you've got for Harmony?
So in Harmony, Maine, we like to call it the original Harmony. There were only 5 parcels that sold, 5 properties. 2 of them were in Ashley Park when they were condos. And then we had 3 resales, and that was it. So a price per square foot on the resales was $193.78. 2 of them were single stories. They came out $199.80, and 1 2-story at $181.74.
And then you have 8 sales out over in Harmony West. And again, those are a lot of new construction homes. There were 2 1-story homes, and those sold for $218.81 a square foot, and then 6 2-stories, and those were $204.79 a square foot. And that's over in Harmony West area. I didn't see any Harmony Central this time, so I wonder if
just one. So one did come up. We had 1 Harmony Central, and it was a 2-story at $194.43. I don't know if that built because there's 2 builders over there. I'm not sure if they're posting everything in MLS or not.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's all we have for now.
Yeah, not too much in Harmony going on. So I'll be curious to see how the rest of the year plays out. It's a crazy time. We're hoping for some interest rate decreases, which would help. That would be really helpful. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. But if you're a buyer in the market, especially if you're looking in 34773, come on out because we got some houses sitting on the market. Love to see you. Love to see you come out here. But if you have any comments or questions about the market, in St. Cloud, feel free to give us a call at
1-844 St. Cloud. Sorry. 1-844 St. Cloud or 407-953-9118.
Yeah. You can also send us an email at discoverstcloud@gmail.com, and you can find us on any of your favorite podcast platforms, but you can also find us online.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever a video is housed. Also LinkedIn.
Yeah. And that's all at the Corcoran Connect handle. That's where you can find us online on those things. So it was so great to see you this month. And thanks so much for watching. And we will see you in the next episode.